Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the April 25th edition of Carolina Week.
Does UNC have a plan to communicate with you in an emergency? I'm Adam Rue. I'll have a live report.
I'm Carla Babb. She may be our ACC opponent, but we're all rooting for her. Coming up, I'll have the story of Coach Yow's battle with cancer.
Coming up in sports, the end of semester highlight video you don't want to miss.
Weathercaster Laura Pagano is here with your Carolina Week 4-day forecast.
All that and a little something to wet your whistle. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to our last edition of Carolina Week for the spring semester. I'm Kate Schoen.
And I'm Alex Villarreal. Thanks for watching. A major issue in last week's massacre at Virginia Tech is the time it took administrators to tell students the gunman was loose. Now, UNC students are wondering how officials here would communicate with them in a similar situation. Carolina Week's Adam Rue joins us live from the Quad with more.
Alex, the challenge for administrators is striking a balance between getting a message out quickly and maximizing the number of people who will actually see that message.
If you talk to Carolina students on campus, you'll find a lot of confusion about the campus plan for an emergency.
I really haven't heard that much from the university as far as something like that would be concerned. I have no idea how they would deal with it.
In fact, the university wrestled with the same issue long before the Virginia Tech tragedy. Documents obtained by Carolina Week show officials met 2 years ago to discuss communication options. Committee members from the Environmental Health and Safety Office considered two plans. The first would involve sending a phone message to all students and staff, which would take 41 minutes and cost $7,500. The group ruled it out because they said it was not an acceptable period of time for a true emergency situation. The second plan involved sending phone messages to key staff members, which would take only 4 minutes and cost $200. It got axed because of fears the message wouldn't reach enough people. Sophomore Brian Klein says speed is paramount.
As soon as they learn about a danger, that's like a reasonable danger to students, they should communicate it to students, as soon as possible.
Student body president Eve Carson says there's no single solution.
There's not going to be one way we're going to get in touch with every student on campus. I think you're going to have a multilateral approach.
We asked several university officials to talk on camera about UNC's communication plan. The spokeswoman sent this news release outlining general campus safety measures, but no one responded to our requests for an interview.
This is the copy of the release the university provided to me late last week. Toward the end of the document, it says we are aggressively exploring options for adding to that list of available communication tools. And Eve Carson says there's a lot of interest in exploring new technology to do that.
Adam, do you know any details about those new methods?
Alex, we do. One option that's gotten a lot of attention is sending messages to students' cell phones. There's a pilot program already in place that the university has established called RAVE, and officials plan to promote it heavily at summer orientation.
Adam Rue reporting live in the Quad. Thanks, Adam.
The temperature isn't the only thing on the rise in Chapel Hill. Gas is up to nearly $3 a gallon. Since March, gas prices have increased by more than 50 cents, forcing students to take advantage of public transportation. Student Rone Lowe has a part-time job and drives a campus vehicle, one of the many that gasses up at this campus station. This facility pumps about 30,000 gallons of gas a month. A 50-cent increase in cost means an extra $15,000 a month to keep the fleet running.
You know that little red heart on your driver's license that shows you want to be an organ donor? Well, it turns out that's not enough. North Carolina state law doesn't recognize the driver's license heart as an official request. That's why Carolina Donor Services was out in the pit today recruiting donors. Unless you fill out an official donation card with a witness signature, your family could override your wishes to donate your organs. And that could mean not being able to save someone else's life.
The Pennywise Eat Local Challenge wants you to buy all locally grown products for 1 week on an average budget. And UNC is trying to make it easier for students to take part. UNC Student Stores is one of the busiest spots on campus during the day. Inside there's a snack bar called the Pit Stop, a convenient place for students to grab a quick bite between classes. Pit Stop manager Ron Wood says stocking the shelves with locally made sandwiches, bagels, and burritos helps some students save money.
All of the profits we make at the student stores at the end of the year, we give back to the university for a scholarship, which is the Carolina Covenant. So we really pride ourselves in trying to, operate as efficient as we can.
People across the country are challenging themselves to eat local this week. To be considered local, the food must come from within a 100-mile radius from where you live.
We almost never root for NC State, but it's a safe bet we're all pulling for Wolfpack women's basketball coach Kay Yao. Reporter Carla Babb updates us on her battle with cancer.
Coach Kay Yao is a competitor, both on the court with 32 years of coaching at NC State and off after 3 battles with breast cancer.
I approach it as an opponent, a foe, just like bigger and greater than my arch rival.
And she says her faith, her NC State family, and the support from other schools keep her strong. Her tests improve daily, and doctors now use milder hormones to treat her cancer.
Hopefully the hormonal treatment will work for a good while, and that would really be great because the whole time I'm off, my body is getting better, and I get more and more energy all the time.
But a few months ago, the outlook was grim.
I was right here working.
Yao was in her office when she felt painfully sick. She soon found out why.
My cancer had spread.
She immediately stopped coaching to undergo 16 weeks of chemotherapy for the highest stage of breast cancer. But as Yao battled cancer off the court, senior forward Marquetta Dickens says the Wolfpack women had to battle on the court without her.
We see Coach Yao giving her all and fighting day in and day out. Like, how can you go out and play a basketball game and give up when you look on the sideline and see Coach Yao?
According to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, the cancer kills an American woman every 12 minutes. Oncologist Francis Colicchio says the disease affects many in the area.
There's 200,000 women diagnosed with breast cancer each year. 500 cases at UNC, new cases last year.
Colicchio says chemotherapy leaves patients fatigued and can send many to the hospital. Yao remembers the effects of her therapy.
When the doctors agreed to let me come back and coach, that's really all I could do is just make it to practice and make it to games.
Despite Coach Yao's many accomplishments hanging from these rafters, her most memorable one came in February of this year. This very court was dedicated in her name right before a victory over rival UNC.
It was a script that evening that we could never have written better. It was like as perfect an evening as I've ever experienced.
We left it all on the floor. We came together as a team for one cause, and that was to win a basketball game, for the seniors, but most importantly for Coach Yao.
Her advice to those who look up to her is,
you have to find the positive in everything. I was saying, when life kicks you, let it kick you forward.
But will her battle with breast cancer kick her forward to coach again at NC State?
We're coming off a great year, and it would be a perfect year to retire and go out, But I have a passion for it, and it gives me a great lift.
And with her health miraculously improving, Coach Yao may get to share her love for years to come. In Raleigh, I'm Carla Babb, Carolina Week.
Next year will be Coach Yao's 33rd season leading the Wolfpack. We wish her all the best, except that is against the Heels.
Carolina seniors have only a few weeks left on campus.
When we come back, we'll hear some seniors' thoughts on graduation and leaving their favorite Carolina landmarks and Tar Heel classmates.